because I am going to literally be spending 8 months of my life in 2 different countries. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, the same 3 people that always watch me. Thank you. As you can see on the title below, today we're going to be talking about my college journey. We're going to be talking about how I came to find the college that I will be attending in fall, and why you shouldn't give up on yourself just because you think that you can't do it.
I can't wait to see what the future holds. I'm so excited, and I did it.
So yeah, this is like an encouragement video because I know how it is, you know, the stress of just trying to kind of like, not make it, but like, you know, trying to kind of figure stuff out. It's a lot. There will be timestamps in the description box below, so make sure that you look for those timestamps. Maybe it'll be easier to get to the video. First thing we're going to talk about is the college that I'll be attending. So this is the college that I'll be attending fall 2023. It's called Verto Education.
We love you. You're the best. I love you guys so much. Oh my God.
And basically, it's a program for first-year college students where instead of studying here, you can study your major, or you can even go undecided, but you can do that in a different country. So you can get all your credits, get all your credentials while studying. You can do all that, and it's only first year college students, but you can do 1 semester or 2 semesters, and you can do 2 countries, or you can do the same country twice. So it's whatever, you know, you want. A link for that will be in the description box below, and I will link the website, and I will also link the application. So if you know that you want it, the application is below, and if you just want to look and see, the website is also below. So I'll make sure those are clear so that you can look at it and be like, oh, okay. In fall of 2023, I will be studying in Florence, Italy for 4 months.
We are here in Milan, drinking sparkling water and eating some spaghettis.
Firstly, we're going to be talking about my first day of senior year and what made me realize that I didn't want to go to college. My first day of senior year was really hard for me. So I was really stressed about school. The day before, first of all, I started school August 29th, 2022. The day before, August 28th, 2022, I went to a Harry Styles concert. I was just looking around at people, and I was just thinking, like, I want New York for myself, you know? I was starting school the next day, so of course, you know, I was talking to my parents and stuff just about school and all that, and I was just like, you know, I really don't know if I want to go to college. So that was already something that I was contemplating. So fast forward to the next day of school, I was having a really hard time. I actually wound up having like a little breakdown at school. Not in front of everybody though, I'm a thug. Okay, I cried in the bathroom.
Nobody cried. Nobody even noticed.
I cried in the bathroom because I was like, I can't believe that I'm a senior. I cannot believe that in a couple months I'm gonna have to take care of myself. I'm gonna be an adult, you know. I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Like, sure, I'm gonna be legal and I'm gonna be able to do adult legal stuff, but like, is it worth it? You know, do I really want to be able to vote? Not that bad, no. So I was just having a really hard time because I was like, dang, like, I'm gonna be 18. I had a little breakdown at school that day. I was like crying at school and stuff, but like in the bathroom. I went home that day and I just cried. Like, I just sat in the car and cried, and my dad's like, why are you crying? You know, my parents were like, why are you crying? Like, blah, blah, blah. But I was just crying like that whole day. I was like, dang. And from that day on, from August 29th, 2022 to like September, it was such a depressing time. I was having like a really hard time emotionally because I just felt so much pressure to like figure out what I wanted to do, and every time someone would bring up bring up the idea and stuff of like college, I'd be like, I don't want to talk about it. Don't say that. Don't you say that, because I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. And everyone's like, well, you need to talk about it. We need to talk about it, blah, blah.
Don't accuse me of stuff I don't do. I will start accusing you of the stuff you do if you do that.
I don't want to talk about it. And me, I'm very stubborn. So if I don't want to talk about it, if I don't want to do it, it's just not going to happen. At the time, even though it was the beginning of the school year, my grades from the previous year were trash, honey. They were trash. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a video about my high school experience. Just talking about like you can get yourself together. As deep in it as you think you are, you can pick yourself up and get yourself together.
It's all going according to plan.
But they were trash. I mean, they were trash. The pandemic really hit me. I wasn't doing any schoolwork, and not to use that as an excuse or a claim. I'm not a stupid person. I'm a very smart person. I'm very intelligent. But when I decide I'm not doing something, I'm just not doing it. But like, yeah. And so the pandemic hit me and my grades hard. We were on the floor. I was really trying to pick my grades up for like senior year because I was just like, I was really deep in some, you're not about to go to college, girl.
All right, you wake up, Bunny. Bunny, wake up, I need you.
That concludes that section. So now I'm gonna get into how I found my college. This is like the part where it's like, do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on yourself. I wasn't giving up on myself anyways, but I just mean like, don't underestimate yourself. Don't think that you can't do something just because you've been messing up. Like you could really get yourself anywhere, everywhere you want to be. You know what I mean? That's what I choose to believe for myself anyway. Fast forward to September. As soon as you start your senior year, I know for my school at least, I don't know for everyone else's school, but as soon as you start your senior year, you have meetings with the guidance counselor, like a meeting a week, And my school is a very small school. I did change schools from the vlog that you guys probably know. I did wind up changing schools. So my school now is there's only 41 of us in the graduating class versus my old school there was around 500 of us in the graduating class. So like that's a big jump. That's a big difference. So we can have those meetings with the guidance counselor, once a week, and she can meet with all of us because there's only 41 of us. So there was one particular meeting that really, I was like, I'm not going to college, And this is why I say, don't give up on yourself. Things can change for you. So I had a meeting with my guidance counselor. And she was very supportive. She's very helpful. She was also very realistic and helpful, which I'm a dreamer, and sometimes I need someone to just be honest and realistic with me, So I had my meeting with my guidance counselor. We were going over it. At the time, my GPA was a 2.4. At the time, my GPA was a 2.4, and I used to have a GPA of like a 3.2, 3.5. The highest GPA that I ever had was a 3.7. And so a 2.4 really, doing it like that. So I had a 2.4, and everything was just shot, I went to like a medical high school. Not medical high school, but I went to a high school for like biology and medical stuff and stuff. I wanted to be a psychologist. So all of the classes that I took, they didn't really matter at this point. So that wasn't really gonna help me. And she was like, look, we can get you into school. 2.4 is not the worst that I've seen, and it's not the worst by far, but we have to get that up. And I'm just thinking, so I was like, okay. So I left that meeting, and I remember I was going through high school. I was going through colleges, and it was like, I was looking for the minimum GPA that you need. And most of them were higher. And I was like, I don't want someone to not accept me just because I have this GPA. Like, I already wasn't trying to go to college, but then when I seen they were like, oh, you need this, you need that, you need that. I'm like, F it, I really don't care. I got a 2.4, you're gonna take me or you're not gonna take me. It it was a weird time. So I was like, you know, if you're not gonna take me in my 2.4, then I'm not going to college, you know. And I was just done. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and do this to myself, you know. So this is how I actually found my college. That was kind of like a segment. I don't know. This is how I actually found my college. So I went, one of my teachers, I needed some extra credit in her class. Well, there was a college fair coming to town, and I was like, I'm not going to it.
I kind of think it's funny, but it's wrong.
Like, right off the bat, I was like, I'm not going to it. There is no point in going to it. It's stupid. Blah, blah, blah. You know, I was having a real, like, teenage moment. By the way, this is a mocha latte. Like, I'm not going to the college fair. I'm not even gonna do it to myself, blah, blah, blah. She made an announcement to class. She was like, if you guys go to the college fair, I'll give you guys extra credit. And it was like a lot of extra credit. So I signed up for the college fair. And I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna stay for, like, you know, 20 minutes and leave, get my extra credit and leave. It's just like, sometimes the way I think. And it kind of just seemed like that day, everything was against me from going to that damn college fair, okay? It seemed like everything was against me that day. I was like, you know, Dad, it's fine. You know, he was tired, you know, from work, and it was dirty, and, you know, I was like, you know, it's fine. Like, we don't have to go. You know, I don't really care that much. It's just for extra credit. I really don't need it in her class and as well. My parents are like, no, you're gonna go, you know? So I was like, whatever. So once we get there, I'm looking around, and there's like all these colleges. And some of the colleges that were there, I actually looked at, you know? So I was like, oh, whatever. But nothing really caught my eye. Like, I was just seeing a bunch of colleges. So I was like, I still had like a very negative, outlook on it. So I was like, I'm not gonna go there. So while I'm doing a little U around the stadium, I get to the very last booth in that row, right? The very last booth in that row. Literally, the booth is up against a telephone pole, okay? They got there late. The booth is up against a telephone pole. Like, not up against it, but it's like there's a pole right in front of it. So it's the last booth in the row. And I see that it has a little airplane on it. So I'm like, oh, this probably has something to do with travel. And so I stopped, like, right in the middle of the thing. And I'm staring at the lady's staring at me. We're making eye contact. And we're like locking. And my girl, it was kind of like destiny, you know, like I was supposed to be there. So I'm looking at her, she's looking at me. And, you know, she smiled, she was being nice. And my dad was like, do you want to look? And I was like, all right, what the heck, let me go. So I walked up to the booth, and as soon as I like looked at it, it was like travel abroad for college. And I was like, oh, Jesus, thank you. I was just so happy because I was like, bro, as soon as I went to the thing, I knew, I seen, and I was like, I'm gonna go to school here. Like, I came here for a reason. And I got all my information. I'm talking to the girl, I'm talking to the lady. She's very, very, very nice, and she helped me out. She got me into college. This lady, she single-handedly got me into college, this lady. So, Jeanette, if you're watching this, thank you. She got me into college. So I'm talking to her, and she's like, but you have to have a 2.5. I'm like, I have a 2.4. I was stressed. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to buckle down. So I give her my information, blah, 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 and we leave. So I'm walking out, and I feel like a weight is like lifted off my shoulders. I'm like, oh my God, I feel free. I feel loose, and I feel like flexible. I didn't feel sick anymore, you know? I felt really sick during this time. And I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I had a cold or the flu. Like, I just felt sick. It was a hard time. And I didn't feel sick anymore. Like, I felt like, dang, like, this is my college. This is where I'm going to go to school. And now I'm going to school there. Now I'm going to study abroad. And so after we had our meeting, you know, I had my little meeting. I felt like I had like a new extra purpose to do well in school, you know, because I was like, this is where I'm going, okay? I didn't even want to look anywhere else. I did apply to other colleges, but I was like, I don't want to look at anything else because I'm going here. This is where I'm going. I got accepted into college. And I got my email that I got accepted, and I literally sat in my room and cried for like 20 minutes. I was like, God, stop playing. God, you are so funny. Because I was going through it, you know? I was literally like physically sick because I was so stressed out about school. And then I got accepted, and it was like, dang, like, I'm really going to school. Like, that was just crazy to me. And so, yeah, I'm gonna study abroad. This is why you should not give up on yourself. I wanted to give up so bad on the idea of going to college for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest reasons was financial, and one of the second reasons was like just mental burnout. I was mentally burnt out from like school, mentally burnt out from just like even thinking about the fact that like, you know, I just felt a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? And it wasn't that my parents were pressuring me or my family was pressuring me or anything. I just felt so pressured to do well. I felt so pressured to like get myself together and figure out what I want to do. And I don't like that. I like to be free. I like to do whatever I want. And so like to feel pressure to make a decision so hastily, I just hated that. And so I'm not crying, there was something crying. But yeah, I'll be doing a separate video talking about like all the colleges that I got accepted into, pros and cons of them, like why I decided to go or not to go. The first 4 months of my freshman year in college, I will be studying in Florence, Italy. So that will be from August to December. Hopefully I finally get my Italian mafia husband. Hopefully. In spring 2024, I will be studying for another 4 months in Argentina. I'll be in the capital. I'm gonna be in Buenos Aires. And so at this point, just getting my, you know, self together. I'm very excited, even though I'm afraid and I'm scared to start this new chapter in my life. I'm very excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long, but this is why you just shouldn't give up on yourself. I consider my college story to be kind of like a rags to riches like a success story, because I didn't honestly, if you would have asked Mariah Flores on August 29th, 2022 if she would be going to college at all, let alone college abroad, she would have been like, girl, stop. But you know, I made that happen for myself, and I've had a lot of help along the way. I've had a lot of good people and helpful people in my life who have helped me get here. So, you know, just don't give up on yourself. There is something for you out there. And that concludes my story. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope that this helped someone. You know, let me know in the comments if this helped you. Don't forget to check the description box for the links if you want to, you know, study abroad. I suggest it. Reach out to me. I will help you fill out your application, everything.